Hi everyone, welcome to StunnerShare. So in this video, we are going to see what is initial balance. So I could see a lot of questions raised like what is initial balance, how long we need to consider, and how many points we need to consider. All these were like the questions which was raised. So I thought of making some clarity on that. And a lot of people were saying like they are seeing the big reversal setup at the first 15 minutes of the candle, and they wanted to ensure that whether that is a proper weekly whistle setup or not. But I always told that I don't consider those as weekly whistle setup because I would wait for the initial balance to happen. So only if the initial balance is happening, and then only I'll be like considering that as a weekly whistle setup. Clear. So there are certain other conditions also where when I do consider the weekly vessel setup, but again certain scenarios I don't prefer the weekly vessel setup. So that is why I avoid. So now coming back to what is basically an initial balance. So I'll just tell you guys very simple and with using Nifty charts. So basically, what is initial balance? So initial balance is something like I would need the market or the intraday support and resistance to form. So basically, on an intraday chart, I use the previous day low and previous day high as major support and resistance. For the current intraday position, if I need to know what is the high and low, that is where the initial balance is found. So for example, um, okay, so for example, this is the one candle, first candle which was formed. Okay, and this candle has a 50 points. Don't worry about the points or the length of the candle, whatever it is. But if you guys see over here, for this particular day, this is going to be the initial balance. Okay, why? Because if you see, nearly for more than 2 hours, 2 hours a day, this high and low did not break at all. Okay, so this particular candle itself is playing the initial balance role. And if you see, it hit the low of the initial balance, rejected, high of the initial balance, rejected. Here. And now I want someone or some people whoever is watching this video, kindly comment in the comment section, what is this particular type of day? There are 6 types of market days there, right? Trending day, double distribution, all these things are right? So check it out and let me know what is this particular day is all about. Yeah. Now if you guys ask me, so what? So do not think that first 15-minute candle is going to be the initial balance. It does not mean like that as well. Okay. For today, I am saying this is the initial balance. Now let us take yesterday. So what happened is like market initially made a high, and then after that market came and started reversing. So for me, till the second candle is completed, this is a low. I'm not sure like whether this low will break in the third candle. So until the second candle is completed, this is a low. So for now, for till the 30 minutes of the day, this is the high and this is a low. So I can consider that as the initial balance. If suppose if this is again breaking now, if this is again breaking the third candle, then I need to wait for the low to form. And after forming this high and low, again, if you see nearly 1.5 hours to 2 hours, the candles were roaming between the high and low of the candle, and after that, it gave a breakout and started moving up. So this high and this low is the initial balance. So on 27th of May, the first 30 minutes is going to be the initial balance. Clear? Now let's move on. Okay. On 26th, same way. By first 15 minutes, I know this is the high which has formed and it was going down, and by second candle I could see that this is the low form. Clear? And after that 3-4 candles inside the first candle itself. So this is the initial balance for the 26th of May. So high and low of the first candle is the initial balance, and after that, after giving a breakout, then it started moving up. Clear? So initial balance differs from day to day. It does not mean that it forms only in first 15 minutes or first 30 minutes. Now let us say this case. So as per the first 15 minutes, this is the high which has formed and not yet broken by the second candle, and the second candle broke the low, and the third candle broke the second candle's low. So for me, with respect to fourth candle or fifth candle, the low is not broken by low is not broken. So initial balance is going to be the first 15 minutes high and third 15 minutes low is going to be the initial balance. So once after breaking the initial balance, started moving down. Clear? So that is how I define or I treat the initial balance. Now let's come to the case of 24. So by first 15 minutes, I could see this is a high which has formed. So this is the high, and then second 15 minute broke the first 15 minute, third 15 minute broke the second 15 minute, and fourth 15 minute broke the third 15 minute flow. So ultimately, this is going to be the initial balance for 24th of May. And if you see, the lowest 145, and this is 15 to 51, any 100 points range, and entire day it started moving in the range bound manner. Clear? So this is the initial balance which has formed. Now let us take for other cases as well. Okay, so this case which is going to see is going to be a different case. Clear? So if you guys see, this is the 15 minutes low which was not broken. So this is the initial balance low, and after that, till this place, the initial balance started moving. So this is a trending day, trending nature. Clear? So see the initial balance. After that, a small pattern has formed and then started moving up. Clear? This is a huge initial balance form. So some days initial balance forms in the first 15 minutes, some days in the third 15 minutes, some days it takes a lot of time. If you could see, nearly 2.5 hours to 3 hours it has taken to form a initial balance. Clear? So why an initial balance is needed? So now let us take this case. So now how you will know whether the market will reverse or whether the market will go up? How you will know? So after this point, only you know that okay, this is a day's high which has formed, and there is some consolidation pattern is happening. So this is also like a flag pattern. Clear? And after that, a breakout and start moving. Clear? So without making any of the high or without making any of the low or without determining the initial balance, how you will know whether the market is going to move straight like this, or how you will know? But if you wanted to know whether the market is going to move up or down, like okay, but if the market is going to move like this, for to move like this, you first of all you need to know the initial balance. This is the initial balance which is formed. So market has moved up, came down, and then started going down, making higher high and higher. So this is why I treat initial balance. I give more priority to the initial balance also. So again, see this. See, by making a note of initial balance, you guys can understand what is it all about. Like whether it comes in which type of market and all those things. You can check it out. Now see this case. So this is the initial balance high, and this is the initial balance low. So after that, it has broken and the market has fallen. Until that time, it was like consolidating between the initial balance high and low. So this is how I treat the initial balance high and low for the day. So I hope I have cleared much. I have cleared the doubt of what is initial balance and why I don't consider the first 15 minutes as a weekly research. You can consider. I'm not telling you should not consider. You can consider, but it needs you guys to stick to the basics rather than going seeing the first 15 minutes itself, just thinking it is a weekly result setup and going for a trade. I would say wait for an initial balance to form, wait for the market to settle. See, I also was a trader. I don't sleep at the night and I wait for the day to come, and um, I always wait for the SGX, see the SGX Nifty, see how it is happening, whether it is a gap up or gap down. And I was like very cautious. I even tried for AM order, like after market order. So I used to try to put the trades by a 9597 and all those things. I also update. But slowly, our maturity comes when we are waiting for our setup to come. So after reading the Secret of Pivot book, I understood that there needs some balance needs to be formed in the market. So that is what is called as initial balance. So I need a zone of intraday zone which is formed. So based on that, I decide that okay, now let's take a trade on this, or now let's avoid a trade on that. So this is how I decide the trade. So I would tell you guys also to wait for the initial balance to form. So once after the initial balance is formed, then decide whether you can go for a trade or not. So I have just showed maybe some 7 days or 8 days of initial balance example. Just check it out, understand where is the initial balance on all those, and try to mark it and see how whether it is working for you guys or not. Clear? So I hope I cleared as much as possible about the initial balance. If the content is good, kindly give a like and share it to your friends and family. Also share your feedback in the comment section. Thanks a lot.